Hey everybody, it's Cheryl. It's week 37, almost 38 of the build out of the new shelter at 1030 Mitchell Bridge Road. It's Sunday, the 25th, I believe, at nearly noon, and the crews have been out here 7 days a week. You probably received my email that we had to push back the ribbon cutting by a couple weeks, so we're now at Tuesday the 7th, between 5 and 6 p.m. The 7th of September, by the way. But we will continue to stage in operations gradually beginning Friday, August 13th. But lots have been happening here, and you can look over and see that the entrance boxes are being painted our brand color space gray in preparation for laying in the pergola, and then the compelling images of pets. But let's see what's going on the inside, because there's been a lot of progress. If you were here with me, you would know something significant was up without even having to see anything, because it is very fumey in here. So here's just a preview of what's been going on. So over the past 10 days or so, almost 2 weeks, the floors that receive a lot of wetting, because they need to be cleaned and disinfected, have all been prepped for epoxy. So this waterproof material. So that would be inside of our cat adoption rooms. Cat adoption 1, cat adoption 2 back there. And you can see that the non-epoxy floors have been ground, so exfoliated progressively using finer and finer buffing materials until we have a high polish. So you can see that kind of sheen on the floors. Surgery and preparation and the cat room will be epoxy, and that will be continuing, I believe anyway, that will be continuing this week. The ceilings are 80% laid in. We did receive approval from the fire marshal for the stage that we're in right now. And that's pretty exciting, leading to our CO, or certificate of occupancy, which is the last thing that you get. So exam rooms 1 and 2 have their epoxy laid. And right now, it's just been so humid, everybody, that we've really needed a lot more time than we originally anticipated for the epoxy to cure, to dry and cure, and then to have those exterior boxes painted that beautiful space gray. So exam 3, leading into the dog ward, which we can see better if we go down this hall. Big area, so you can more clearly see the floor plumbs, the venting for back-to-back dog kennels for convalescing dogs, and then the FRP up to about 4 feet. We'll have the kennel banks along the perimeter of the wall, and because the areas behind that get soiled pretty quickly, we want to make sure that this area remains clinically just spick and span and so clean. So we've made it possible for all of these areas to be easily, quickly, and thoroughly cleaned. Now we're moving down the hall, out of surgery, and into the adoption center. This is, of course, our lovely staff and volunteer community room. This was a very large area to be epoxied, and you can see it really does lift the ambient reflectivity of the lights. It's a very crisp, contemporary looking room. There's the FRP for cleanliness. So I'm not allowed to step on it. So project manager, behold, the feet do not cross the threshold. Nope, not gonna do it. So this is the big development of the past couple of weeks. This is huge. Nothing can happen until the epoxy cures and is all finished. So this is mainly the reason why we had to delay the ribbon cutting. Again, it doesn't necessarily delay our progressively staged in operations from admin and then moving to the right side of the building through adoption, and then finally for surgery operations. So we will begin that process on August 13th. That's a Friday. And for board members and staff, they know that the sale of our Mars Hill shelter has been completed, and we will be in there until our last day, which is the 31st. Here's our ADA bathroom, again with the epoxy on the floor, and then beginning quarantine and dog bathing and intake, all epoxied. That's a significant amount of square footage to be allocated to epoxying the floor. So again, that was why we delayed that. But anyway, we will be out of the Mars Hill shelter by the 31st as our condition of sale. And so from the 13th of August until the 31st, we will be moving out and moving in. So here are the shelving and storage units that Jed chose for exam rooms and laundry rooms and intake. So they look brown, but they're actually gray with a little cool blue coming up through the grain, so that it is very pleasing aesthetically. And this is what we'll be doing as we get equipment in and furniture. We'll just be staging it in the middle of rooms. We can't set those things up until the dust and most of the structural work is completed in the building, but we're staging it in so that we can be more organized and seamless in our transfer of operations. But this is what's going on. Big news at 1030 Mitchell Bridge Road. Thanks for joining me. Have a great week, everybody.